What's poppin', beautiful people? Welcome to Everybody Channel. We are on a bunch of different channels and all of that. I'm excited because we have a bunch of fabulously melanated people here who are great content creators. We have James from Watchyomouthreviews.
Hey everybody. Hello.
We have Kiwan TV who is here as well. Welcome in. And then we have Shayna. I'm so glad I was able to catch her. I've been trying to catch you for a while.
Glad to be here.
Y'all, we kind of just here to rant about the Polygamist. I watched the show. At first, I struggled. I was kind of like Shayna with the words not matching did kind of mess with me at first because the lips don't match what they're saying. So I believe they were speaking Zulu or one of their languages. I don't want to say which one, but the Polygamist stressed me out and triggered me. So I was like, I don't really want to do an episode by episode review, but I'll kind of come on the internet with some other people who did encourage me to watch the show and discuss it. How traumatized is everybody? I ask with a smile.
Just when you think you couldn't get more traumatized, the more you watched it, the worse it got. So it's kind of like our meter went above. If we're going 1 to 10, 10 being the best, our meter, I'm sure, went above 10.
He didn't disappoint on a Raggedy Richter scale.
I mean, there was a plot twist every episode, so you can't even look away because if you blink, you're gonna miss something. Every episode there was something, so it definitely. I mean, after a while, I didn't care about the lips not matching the words because there was too much going on.
Right.
The way I feel stressed out, I think the problem is I am of African descent. And some of these things in the show were not so fabricated. And that part kind of concerns me. However, I would just get into it. We'll start with just a question. Do y'all think that in real life, like polygamy can actually work? Because I feel like between this show, shows like Sister Wives, the This Is Poly, everybody's trying to prove that it works, but I ain't seen not a doggone polygamous relationship or polyamory or whatever else you call it work. Do y'all think polygamy can actually work in real life?
Well, here's the thing. We have to define what the rules are and who it applies to. Because in my mind, I want to say, yes, it can, depending on the needs of everybody in the relationship and if they're getting fulfilled. Yeah. Now, my heart is saying, no, that cannot work. Absolutely not. No way, shape, or form. So I am split with my decision making. I don't think it should exist personally because I don't think it never ends up being fair. To be honest, it never ends up being fair. That's how I look at it.
I agree. Somebody's gonna lack somewhere. So
I would probably shoot somebody.
I'm with James. I'm like, they're supposed to be ruled. They say it's a cultural thing. I mean, the women in South Africa said it's just a normal day for them. But I'm like, I need my South African sisters to band together and put a stop to the shenanigans, even though it happens in America too. But it's like, y'all can't keep going along with this. This ain't it. But it's like, look, y'all, there's supposed to be rules. The wife is supposed to agree to this. This wasn't no polygamist. This was just a cheating husband.
Thank you. I think that was the biggest thing that irritated me because I'm like, y'all call the show The Polygamist, but aren't they supposed to, like, the wife should know that she is with someone that practices polygamy? You're supposed to tell them. You can't just go about it making people pop up. And that's what Jonas did that irritated my absolute soul. It didn't seem like he really, because at first when I was watching it, I was like, okay, he's making it seem like this is a part of their culture where we had got to the point with Matipa. But then if it's part of your culture, why didn't you warn Joyce, Essie? Matipa, I don't think she really deserved warning because she herself was she was kind of like a side chick that just ended up in this. But you're supposed to warn the people and let them know. Let's go through. Ooh, they put the wrong picture for Jonas. But we'll go through the characters. Do y'all want to start with Jonas first, or do you want to? I feel like he could take a minute, or do you want to start with his slew of women first?
I actually want to start with the slew of women first.
I agree.
because there's like, to me, each one of them has such an intricate story that it was kind of like, I want to know how you felt this was the person that you want to be with, and then later on go along with the lifestyle that he's trying to live with not having all of him. So I'd rather start with the women, and then we can go to Jonas' lives personally.
I agree. We're definitely going to go over the women. I'm going to get these comments. There are a very bunch. They are putting the links to Kiwan's channel in the chat for anybody watching. Please click it. Watchyomouthreviews channel. They are also in the description of the video, the links to their channels. Shayna's channel. AB, I don't know how you be grabbing these links like that. I'm the slowest person when it comes to that. I really am. I really, really am. Hello, Tamika's Den. She also covers a bunch of great shows. Please tap in. We will start, I guess, let's just start with Joyce because she's the easiest one. How did y'all feel about Joyce? Joyce did not really, I was kind of irritated with her the first half of the season. I was like, there's no way anybody is so desperate to stay married. Like, I just don't. I did not understand that in the first half of the season. But then once they got to like when Essie was involved and all of that came out, I was kind of looking at Joyce like, so a piece of me likes Joyce because I'm kind of like, you are the one who is actually legally married to him. I don't know if these other marriages was legal. They kind of looked like they were just like the ceremony.
Traditional ceremony, yeah.
But it seems like Joyce is the one he was actually married to. They met while he was away at university, which is just college for those who did not know. It sounds like Joyce came from money. Her dad already had money and things together, but in African culture, it's like having a son is kind of a bigger deal. But I was surprised to find out that like the company that Jonas was running or something like came from her dad and all of this. I didn't understand why Joyce stayed. I guess that's my biggest thing. And then the way that she went about getting rid of Jonas. First she tried with the, what was that, borax or something? And I'm like, oh girl, I knew that wasn't gonna do it. You got to, I watched Crime. I was like, you got to give him like that for days. But then to go back and get the chick that she sat in jail with behind him to sleep with him, to give him that was risky. Because that could have came to your kids. That could have came to you. Who's to say? Because he started getting aggressive and violent toward the end. Who's to say he wouldn't essay her when she was at that point to refuse it? So I was happy he got, but I kind of looked at Joyce like, why didn't you leave? And she was the only one with a job, aside from Matipa.
Because her self-esteem was low.
My God.
And I mean, she likes to save face. She likes to keep up appearances. Yeah. She came from a family with that background where she wants to, hey, everybody in the chat. I want to say hi. But she definitely knows how to keep up appearances. Like, and I think she was so worried about her image that trumped her common sense. But it's like she would have done better, I feel like, with her social media presence had she been like, my husband's a cheater and I'm leaving.
Yep.
Yeah.
She would have definitely gained the women's audience instead of trying to convince them that polygamy is something she wanted. Obviously, after 20 years, who wants that?
And at some point, I feel like her ego started to show up with Matipa. Like her ego and Matipa's ego started to clash. It just didn't make no sense because this man wanted to be free. He wanted a divorce, but you wouldn't give him the divorce. You wouldn't, just because of appearances. You wouldn't give him the divorce. And I feel like had you gave him the divorce, we wouldn't even be here.
Right. Especially when the streets were talking, everybody already knew what was going on. Like everybody knows, it's more embarrassing to try to hang on to this man when everybody knows and to just let it go. But I mean, they do come from a culture of the divorce. You probably didn't want that shame of being a divorced woman. When it's like, it's shameful to stay with this man.
The way I would have been divorced, what Mama Joy say, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low. The way I would have skipped my black ass to the courthouse.
I would have been like Drew and beat him there, trust me.
Okay. I just had a baby who was going through postpartum when he did all of this to her. So it's like, The whole situation with Joyce is just crazy. Like, I don't think it's a lack of dignity. I think it's just her pride and her ego.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was her pride and ego, and then also it was because she was there first kind of situation, even though she wasn't technically. But I just do think that she has that self-entitlement. Like, I'm here, I'm the wife. Ain't nobody gonna benefit from what I built with this man. It's like no one's gonna benefit from that. That's kind of what I looked at it when we first met her on the screen. It's like, okay, so it's your pride, it's your ego, but it's also the entitlement of having all this, monetary and statuous lifestyle that you have just because you want to keep up with it and you feel like you're entitled to it. I do think it's that too.
If my daddy provided that Negro with the money that he got and the job that he got, I do kind of feel the same as you, Shayna. Like, African women, please. Please, because I've seen them in my family on my mama's side, and they will question me up and down. You don't have kids. Hey, what are you doing? You're doing great. Shame on the family. Bitch, I ain't got kids, but I ain't one of 4 wives. Auntie. Like, I don't understand. Oh, I don't understand any of Joyce.
And then culturally, you have somebody in your ear, like her mother. You need to take care of yourself. You need to clean up. You're just allowing this woman to come and snatch your man. That plays a big part with having one of the elders come in and tell you don't want nobody coming to take your man. So I still have to self-abandon. I still have to get with the cheater. It's crazy.
Because it is a cultural thing, but I'm like, I feel like women just all around have just been taught this, and I'm like, we're just now kind of starting to get that, but we still have long ways to go. Like, can't nobody come and just take him? He wanted to get took. I think if she'd known everything all along, and then Matipa came, maybe that would have helped. But she really thought it was just Matipa. He's been cheating before he even met you.
If you cheat with Matipa as reckless as he did, because it's one thing to cheat, but when you cheating and making babies and sleeping with the help, and then I was like, he's extra raggedy. I know we're not on Jonas yet, but like Matipa, wasn't she supposed to be sleeping with his brother at first? Yeah. And then she ended up on him. So
it was the same thing. Yeah, it was the same thing of Essie, because he put Essie on the brother too in front of the kids. Yeah. And what was funny is I was watching somebody who said the brother was married to him too. He just didn't have
thing because he put his brother on him for like this cover, but she really was dating Magesh and sleeping with him, so that wasn't really the same thing.
Well, what I'm saying, as far as Essie was concerned, because remember he had to put his life on pause to show up for Essie for Joyce. That's why I said and I totally got the point of what that other person. I wish I got that person's name, because that was an interesting logic that I didn't even think about watching it when it learns that she was dating his brother, and then Essie was married to him according to Joyce.
Well, he put his life on hold for his brother. Everything was just boils down to him doing it for his brother. But it's like
it's a choice.
That's the part that confused me.
No, like Jonas knew that Magesh wasn't sleeping with Essie, but he knew that Matipa was sleeping with Magesh. So it's like that. But he feels like, okay, if he made a comment like, "Oh, if you can take her," but that's your brother who put his life on hold for you.
Yeah, that's what I said. His brother's married to him as well. Because to me, why not get your own life? Like, why you covering for him like you do?
He would do more. I don't know. Now I want to read the book, because I thought he would get into it more. Like, it can't be just, oh, he got us out the hood. Like, that's just not a good enough reason to give up 20 years.
Right. It's not.
It's not. 20 years and he hasn't been able to date. He hasn't been able, because nobody's going to say.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't been able to date. He hasn't been able to have fun. Like, Matipa was the only person I think he has some sense of freedom with. And I say some sense because to me, I feel like that even had limitations.
I think I'm going to get the book this week, because I definitely want to know about the dad and Magesh being in the streets. And how, we know Jonas put him on to probably get him off the street. And I'm thinking, because I got you off the street to work in corporate America, now it almost can say, oh, now you owe me.
Yeah, that's how he acts.
So that's how he acts. And he also act like he have not heard the word no. Like, I don't I don't understand Jonas. He's a
textbook narcissist. He is. I mean,
he actually was.
I want to use that word. I was like, well, maybe I'm overusing that word, but yeah,
it applies and use it.
Yeah, it definitely applies.
Word, like that's just what you are. Like you are a narcissist.
I am curious though.
You're doing it to everybody.
They say that the book is only 134 pages, which is not long at all for a novel. So I'm curious how she got all of this wrapped up into just that many pages. So I'm gonna look into the book.
They said the book he was messing with the secretary. I thought in the show he was at some point going to. They said he tried to mess with the mother-in-law.
The mother-in-law.
I was reading the synopsis too, and they were all in the comments saying that same thing. The mother-in-law, the secretary. There was one more person. I think it was like either the chef or the cook, somebody else, as well. There was somebody else too, and I'm like, oh wow, he just really reckless,
right?
Now, the reason why I don't want to get it on Audible, because I don't want to, I'm hoping that it's in English. And I'm like,
I asked, is it in English? And everybody said it was. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's in English.
I'll get it today and start reading it tomorrow at work. I'll let y'all know.
They probably did what they did for the show, like just automatically had an English version. Let me get the comments before we move forward. I love how it all came together, the backstory with Essie. When it got to Essie, that's the first time ever watching Something with My Husband. He don't like stuff like this. And then he started, wait, don't put it on without me. When it got to Essie, we both said, I know you fucking. He said, I know this nigga ain't got her bent over. I said, Lord.
The faces he was making.
The faces he was making while tearing Essie up. I said, Jonas.
Me and my mom were just talking about that because we were cracking up because it's like Essie, Essie, you're like, yes, you were there first technically, but you are like 25th on the list. It's like when nobody else around, like Eva ain't available, Lindani ain't available, the dry cleaning lady ain't available.
I can always come. Well, hey, but Essie was still getting her groove on too. Like Essie was the one. She was getting her groove on as well.
She'd be like, "Y'all got to go." No, he'd be like, "Oh, he go down the list. He's scrolling up and down his phone when there's nobody else. He got to get his fix." And it's like, "Fine, I'll go over to Essie's and get something to eat."
Oh, he was at literally the bottom at the totem pole. Like, Essie, you are a better woman than I would.
I'm gonna get.
I want to know how much she was getting because Matipa was put up better than her. Like, ain't no way.
Matipa. Okay, let's get into Matipa because Matipa was interesting. Now, Essie and Joyce, we'll get to Essie in a minute, but Essie and Joyce both like really thought they were dating him and thought they had some monogamy at the goal. But Matipa, I'm sorry, she was just a regular side chick. She really was. You went from the brother who you knew was married, thinking you could threaten him, not knowing that he didn't even care at the time because Essie wasn't the real wife. You went from him to the other brother. At first, I thought Matipa was doing what she was doing to like build up in a career or get some money. But then I'm like, okay, you ended up pregnant with them twins, which for the longest I couldn't accept that those were really Jonas's twins. I don't know why, but I was like,
I don't know.
Because she was sleeping with both brothers close.
No, I think it's the minister.
The
minister, yeah.
Oh Lord!
Yes, we forgot about him.
The minister, I forgot all about the minister.
Yeah. I forgot about that too until, like I said, I was watching recaps of how everybody else felt about the Polygamist because it was just so crazy. But someone brought up that as well. It's like it's gonna be the ministers, and I'm like, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because that was so short lived.
And he didn't even question it. I guess because he knew he wasn't gonna take care of them kids, so he didn't care.
He didn't. He didn't care about none of those kids.
He didn't care. Even the one in the house.
Miss Kira. Please subscribe to her as well. She does her weekly huddles, which I actually enjoy.
She does.
I find a lot of shows through your lives, Miss Kira. So thank you. Yeah, Matipa irritated every bit of my bones, though, because that's the other thing. I think it's the question as a woman of how can you be like Joyce and accept this in a marriage, but then also like even outside of a marriage, like we are smart, we're intelligent, we can get jobs. Like, why did Matipa do what Matipa did? Her kids may not be her kids. Maybe that's why she left them. It was the attitude she had with Joyce in the beginning that used to piss me off. And then after he start doing to you what he was doing to Joyce, then suddenly you want to calm it down and start seeing that, oh, maybe the wife isn't the problem. And then she was willing, when she had give birth to the twins, that irritated me because you postpartum and you trying to heal with 2 babies and this Negro's not helping you with anything, but he coming over, talk about, let me just stick the tip in. And then you drop down to your knees postpartum to satisfy him. So I was just looking at Matipa like, I didn't understand how she thought whatsoever. And then she ended up abandoning her babies. And I wanted to fight when she came back and was like, come to mommy, bitch.
Right, they don't know you.
I was like, huh?
These babies don't know you. But Matipa,
Call and check in. Like, call, see how they was doing or nothing.
No.
I didn't understand Matipa. And her mama tried to warn her. I wish they would have dug deeper into that because she seemed like so angry toward her mom. And I couldn't quite understand.
Matipa's an older Lindani. The way Matipa was calling Joyce old, everybody get a turn. It was just then Lindani came around and did the same thing. I feel like they was both from the rougher area, more rural, treacherous trenches type of area. They was from the hood. So she probably felt like this is the only way I can get out. Her messing with married men, it didn't seem like that was her first or second time.
No, absolutely not. He drugged her by the scalp. Like
literally.
She was wearing form-fitting dresses. She went from wearing her form-fitting dresses. Her hair was messed up. Like she was just, and I felt bad for her once the beatings started.
Yeah.
When he did hit her. But at the end of the day, Matipa wanted a man with power. She wanted the power. She wanted that caliber of a man. Magesh was close to it, but Magesh wasn't it. So she discarded as soon as she touched Jonas's nasty tail self. She immediately dropped him for Magesh, and she wanted dropped Magesh for Jonasy, and she wanted Jonasy to drop his wife for her because she wanted to be in power. She wanted to be of a power couple of some sort. That's all she wanted, but she got everything else but that. I mean, she got the itchy scratchy.
The itchy scratchy.
Definitely.
This is true too. Magesh did not have enough power for Matipa.
No.
And she figured that out, and she switched brothers so quick.
That was crazy.
I mean, she had a plan. He helped her get to where she wanted to be.
But what
did she get out of that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What exactly did she get?
She got what she asked for. She saw Joyce's life and thought, I want that too. Well, now you got it.
She did.
I don't even think she got Joyce's life. Like, to me, I feel like she got a version of Joyce's life, like a small part. Because it wasn't like he bought a house for her. They just moved her in the old house they used to live in. And, like, she got all Joyce's.
For her. She's not going to get exactly Joyce's life because she didn't put in Joyce's work. Joyce was with him from the beginning. But she wanted what she saw Joyce at that time. And she thought, okay, I want this too. Like, not realizing Joyce is the one who's making it look good. Joyce is the one putting up her front.
Also, this is true too. I forgot that happened early on. They did leave. Jonas did leave Joyce for a year and was with Matipa.
Yep.
And that's really when stuff went to hell. Let it be a lesson to everybody interested in getting with somebody married. You'll never be treated like the wife because you can't be the wife until they're like not married. It's just how it goes.
And what Matipa kept learning is he never, whenever Matipa would fight Joyce, not physically, but verbally, Jonas never went against Joyce. In private, he did. He would take up for Matipa when he felt like Joyce was wrong. But then when he get in front of Matipa, he would be like, she's still the mother of my kids. It was like you kept causing some type of triangulation. It was just, I've never seen this before. This was crazy.
But he didn't really choose Matipa because when she was like, get a divorce, and he changed his mind, and then she came to the house walking in, he didn't even, but he made Joyce fight the battle. Like, why is Joyce telling Matipa to get out? Why don't you come in here and tell her? Like, no, you can't keep having your cake and eating it too. They keep letting them back in, like, Now it's y'all's fault. It's y'all's fault.
Matipa shouldn't even know where they live.
He should have told her to get out, but he made Joyce tell her to get out. Mm-hmm. Remember that scene when he went back home and he was like, "I want to grill on Sunday, like we always do." And Matipa came storming in and was like, "What's going on with my man? When are you coming home?" Joyce had to go tell her to get out. Nah, make him do it. That's
right. Okay, I remember
like,
that.
Your foot is not all the way out. Like you got one foot in, one foot out. Should have ended it then.
But she made him fire her. He didn't want to do that either. That's why I think that's why he was trying to get Joyce pregnant, keep her occupied so he could go back over here to Matipa, but it didn't work.
It's funny too, because when Matipa had them babies and got pregnant, that's exactly when he started stepping out on her too, just like he did with Joyce. Yeah. Like the worst thing you could do by that man, aside from
have a baby,
is have his baby.
The way to ruin a relationship is to have a baby, especially with a man who. And I'm like, you see, he don't take care of his kids. When he was with you, he barely saw his kids. So why would you turn around and think that kids would make him say?
Because she thought her cat was the exception.
Yeah, she thought she was young and fresh. No, he didn't even know.
He didn't even bring home. Yeah, them wigs stressed me out.
Fresh wig.
They tore them wigs.
Well,
the wigs stressed me out. I said, Matipa, you're not gonna be hot at the coochie, but then coming outside with this wig. I didn't understand.
Yeah, it was hit or miss. It was
definitely.
Essie's wigs was hitting a little better than Matipa's.
Essie, really?
I mean, sometimes Matipa's wig was giving helmet, but Joyce never slipped.
I feel like I know maybe one or two wigs that Essie had on that were maybe better, but there was about two that was just like, okay, Essie, you just had that on the doorknob and shook it and put it on your head, because I'm like, what is that?
The Chucky wig.
Yes.
Well, at the funeral, and the black wig that when she stole the body and wore at his funeral. I was like, girl, I know.
Let me tell you, the way Essie, Joyce is better than me. I'm gonna get to her. Let's just get into Essie, because Matipa pretty much abandoned the babies when she got her ass whooped.
Yeah.
Essie. Oh, I don't know where to begin with Essie. At first, I felt very bad for Essie, and I was like more on Essie's side when we first met her over Joyce, only because I was like, she paid for him to go to the university. Essie gave him the money, all of her savings, because she was the hair braider in the township, and she gave that money to him for the university. I was bothered because I was like, I wouldn't have given the money. If anything, if you are going to help him out, I would have walked with you to go pay for that. I'm not just handing you money and hoping for the best. I need to know the cost. I need to see the receipt. I need all of that. But I'm like, okay, so you paid for this man to get out the township. Why didn't you use that money on yourself? And then you did that for a man that was weak. You met him, defended him because Magoo, whatever the hell the brother's name is, was not around while Jonas was getting his ass whooped. All Essie did was lift the rock and they ran off. Now, why Jonas couldn't do that? I don't understand this. So you wanted a weak man, gave away all of your savings. Then you find out in the local paper that he married and was cheating on you at the university. He was not calling her. He was not hitting her up. She was telling her mom, oh, he's going to call me. He's in exams. I'm in finals right now on YouTube. Girl, bye. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. It irritated the hell out of me. It just irritated the hell out of me. Essie, I was on your side until he came home with that red car for you after you saw that he was married to somebody else. And you decided, I'm not going to question him. I'm going to let this go. I got a car. And then when he buys you more, and you having his babies, you lied about Freedom, talking about that's someone else's child. Why would you lie? That's probably why Freedom was a drunk.
They said that Freedom wasn't his child, but I thought Freedom was his child too.
I thought it was too, because when we were first introduced to her and then we found out he was his wife, they made it seem like she was having sex with him at the time that Freedom could have been conceived.
Yes.
So I was also confused by that too.
I thought that she just lied.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom was 8 and he was gone for 8 years.
Yes.
So I'm like, there's no, but I mean, if they don't want to, maybe it's
Essie knew everything though that was happening, and she would let shit go just because of what he would buy.
I think that I feel like Freedom.
But who was his father? Did they ever disclose who it
I
was?
think that she named the guy that he was getting into it with, or the boy. Remember, she had an abusive boyfriend. I think it was.
But I feel like they weren't even messing around then when she had that abusive boyfriend.
And she said she ain't heard from. She said she ain't heard from Jonas.
Mm-hmm. See, she didn't have Freedom. She didn't have no kids before he let. Once he she wasn't pregnant when he went to university. She got pregnant by the dude that was trying to fight her. When he came back, Freedom was already born.
The timing, it sounded like it was overlap because of the time that he left. The age that Freedom was, and the time that he left, and it's close proximity. Like it could have been his, and I feel like it wasn't.
Yeah,
so
it could have been.
Was just as much of a hoe as him. Then, if we got to even question the baby daddy, because I cannot.
But when we introduced, Essie was actually covering for him when he was messing around with another girl. Remember the girl that came to the gate and he had another girl there. So Essie knew his ways, and she knew that, and she was covering for him.
That's why I stopped feeling sorry for Essie, because she was in that mall and she saw. I think it was Joyce when Joyce was pregnant, and she's just like, I'm tired, I want to go home. Fuck that, girl. We both knocked up by him. What's good? But instead, she kept the secret, and she kept keeping his secrets for little shit. And then at least get you and your kids out the hood. Not you. Well, we have the biggest house in the township.
It don't, but that's once again, that's Essie doing what she's always done, which is cover for him. The same way she covered, that's what she's always done. Yeah,
yes, because she was trying to cover for him because she didn't want to let him know. The fact that Freedom said that he mistreated him, and it's like you are putting this man above your son, who treats you like dirt, but he treating your son like dirt. Come on now.
Yep.
American Born. Essie wasn't the first wife.
She wasn't. No, Essie was the side. Essie was the original side chick. Because to me, here I'm gonna put it even deeper. This is Tara, Peter, and Amina. Sorry, it is. Sorry, Essie was there first. Let him do whatever he wanted to do. He found somebody else, married her, and he came back to Essie like nothing happened.
Yeah, I too think Joyce is the only legal wife. I know some people saying you can have more than one legal wife in Africa. I think they just had ceremonies too. I think because the only one he was talking about divorcing with some paperwork was Joyce.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think on paper everybody. I think they was just had a ceremony and that was the end of it. Because why didn't anybody find his marriage license between him and Essie?
Essie was an enabler, just like Magesh. Yeah. She enabled him. She kept her for you to keep your. I feel like Essie was such a gutter snipe. You kept your mouth closed the whole time. Your kids knew the whole time. You betrayed all of these people, and you betrayed your children. I really have to side eye Essie in the wigs and just you absolutely did the most while giving Joyce advice on her husband while you were still sleeping with him. You were feeding him, you were sleeping with him, but you were also okay being number 25. You were okay with always being number 25 while you were still running behind him, wanting him. You never not wanted him. You never not wanted him. Even in the end, when he didn't contact her in those 2 years while he was sick. Essie, you had better thank God he had not contacted you in those 2 years while he was sick, ma'am.
That's why I never understood why everybody was like, why is Joyce so mad at Essie and everybody else? Because Essie was the grimiest, the dirtiest. She went to her.
Essie smiled in their face and
the entire time.
Like an auntie. It was deeper than just knowing about it. You played auntie to her kids, knowing that it was something more. Essie was the worst one.
And then the thing about it is
the worst one in my opinion. And then the bitch was shallow. Everything was just for a piece of dick, a wad of cash. in a house in the
in
hood.
a house in the hood. That's the biggest house. But the thing about also, I have to give Joyce credit about is that Joyce never not included Sarah, not knowing that that wasn't his baby.
Mhm.
Like, you know, she said, make sure you go pick up Sarah and have her home because you know how Essie is. Like when she first said that, I was like, okay, so she's not. And they were always at the family dinners. She always made sure to include them. So that even made me feel even like Joyce. I mean, not Joyce. Essie ain't shit. But the thing about it is, I felt the worst for Sarah because she was the child that got left behind.
I did feel the worst.
But I just didn't.
Yeah. But Essie, no. I feel like when Joyce was like, no, you can't come, like, no, you can't come. Because like Kira said, for 20 years, you held on to this lie for 20 years. And it's like, oh my gosh, lie too. Like, but you're pretending to be my sister-in-law. I came to you for advice. Whole time I was wondering why she was hating on Joyce so hard in the beginning. Like, oh, when it came out, like, I didn't think that was the reason why, but okay.
Right.
Hey,
girl. No reason to hate on Joyce. You just mad that you was never chosen to be with.
Right.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah, but that Essie was a secret I didn't see coming. Right. When they said Essie, I said, wait, man, I know you lying.
I saw her coming though. I did kind of see it coming. I was telling my husband, he's like, maybe not. I said, this shit getting good. It might go in that direction only because what reason would she have for not wanting to go around? Because in the beginning of the show, the first couple episodes, she did not want to go around. She hid in that house. And I'm like, why is she just hiding in this house unless she fucking them too? But I didn't think they would really take it there, and then they took it there. So
I just thought she was jealous. Like I thought she was jealous that Magesh wasn't putting her up. Like I thought, like okay, she felt like and that's how they try to paint it. And it's like, oh wait a minute, like the whole time. And then the fact that you made your kid like then she's a terrible mother. Like you really made your kids hold on to this secret.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is
why the kids were bad.
What is wrong with Sarah? Was acting out. Bitch? Yeah. Right. Sarah was acting out like in the worst ways possible, and the whole time Sarah is hurting. Because she has to keep it, and that's why I say Jonas ain't shit either. Because the fact that you would allow your daughter to sit there and watch the glory of, you know, your other kids being included in things, family portraits, and all this, and when she wants to join, you're shaking your head. No, you can't do it. It's like, how dare you? Like, that's so fucked up.
You couldn't even upgrade her phone in a timely manner. It's not like he was giving her so much money. He was breaking her off so good. I had to keep quiet. Like, clearly you're getting the least out of everybody.
Right.
You know what Essie was spending the money on, though, because some of the stuff, like you getting wads of cash, the house is being paid for by him. Right. Why couldn't the girl get an iPhone?
Right. So the money Magesh, that was coming from Magesh, or was that coming from Jonas?
It was coming from Jonas. Jonas would give it to Magesh to give it to Essie because remember, they have to keep up the persona that they are married. So by giving him the cash, Joyce doesn't have the idea that he's handing it to Essie if he hands it to Magesh.
That's like people gotta know because Magesh didn't even live there.
He didn't.
Like, he didn't. He just come in because when Jonas was there, he was like, "Oh, Jonas is here," and he just left.
Aside from Essie driving there when she stole the body, do y'all really think that Joyce really was going to drive up to that part of town, that G-Wagon, over to Essie's house, trying to say, hey, I just wanted to stop in with you and Magesh to see how y'all doing? Joyce was never driving over there. She was never driving over there. I'm surprised the daughter did. So that's why I'm like, yeah. No, Joyce was driving over to McDonald's call.
Well, Joyce drove over there to get some sisterly advice.
She sure did.
Did she drive up there?
She did. That's what pissed me off the most when she went over there after finding out all that was going on with Jonas, because she thought that Magesh was cheating too. So she went over there thinking they could relate to being cheated on. I said that's when I was really mad at Essie, because I'm like, you doing all of this knowing that.
And what did he turn around and do? He turned around and burned y'all, and you sitting up here taking pills after that advice you gave about just make him warm meals when he come around. Like, girl, he don't even want to come around you. He come around. He came around and was eating that food like he ain't seen her in 20 years.
Right.
Now,
it's crazy.
Speaking of that, where did he get that from?
Look, what's her name? Ladani?
Was it Ladani?
Yeah, I think it was Ladani. I think that's why she lost that child.
Yep.
But I also
okay.
The reason why she lost. See, it's so many
it's so many layers. Like,
they can do so much more with that.
We're gonna get it to Lindani. That's the final whole wife, whatever we gonna call her. I knew that he was gonna fuck her when they caught them throwing the party and she was winding, how the camera slowed up on her. Yeah. I said, oh.
They said in the book he did marry her. She was a fourth wife.
Ugh. I don't
read that book.
Lindani was a different type of fucked up. Just like she broke girl code off the strength of friendship. Like you slept with your homegirls. Dad, what show is that? Is that Zatima? I think where that happened. Not Zatima.
I mean,
Beyond the Gates. So there's a show out there where that happened. But either way, Lindani slept with the father.
Is that really girl code though? It wasn't her man. It was just nasty and
it's not. Here's the thing: it's not ethical because her mom is still married to him. Like it would be one thing if they were divorced and it just so happened that Lindani and Jonas
even if
met
they
up.
were divorced, even if divorced, you don't sleep with your friends' parents. That to me is about
mom. She was up there calling Joyce mom.
Literally, when she had that miscarriage, Joyce came to the
hospital. Yeah, that's
true. Like, you're like a daughter to me. And then you knew that the boy liked you. She knew that Minzy liked her. She had a boyfriend and was cheating. Lindani was fast when he put something in her mouth and ate her coochie out. I said, oh yeah, she not coming back from that. She gonna keep with him.
I put more to blame on Jonas because he did groom her still. And
she was young enough to
watching her
right, which is why I didn't feel bad when his ass couldn't get out of bed and he shit on himself. I was not feeling bad about that at all. That was that karma, and I was like, yep,
it was each other's karma because they got each other. But he watched her since she was 8 years old, and he knew she was desperate to get out of the hood, just like Matipa, and he played on that. Are we sure, Kira, that's why she miscarried? Because they didn't say. Because I feel like
they never said. That's why I said, is that really who he got it from?
Confirmation. We're just assuming.
Yeah, we're just assuming because it's around the timeline. But it's just
because of that. But it could have been something because the way he was acting before she did, and he started ignoring her phone calls. Mm-hmm. He felt like, did you do something? Did you put something in her drink or her food?
He might have. Her miscarriage, they didn't touch on it enough. I feel like they could have done more. I was confused. I was like, either she got some sort of STD also and couldn't carry, or whatever the heck. Dimples on Demand is saying, hi Dimples, that she miscarried due to the gonorrhea.
But was she the carrier? Was she the original carrier of it? That's where I'm confused.
I think she was.
I don't know.
Because he wasn't spreading STDs until she got in the mix. That's when people came in and was like, when he was with her, when she got caught in the hospital, like, is this the one who gave me gonorrhea?
That makes sense.
I feel like everybody was clean until she came in the picture.
Dimples on Demand said, can I be honest? My dad is a low-key Jonasi Jr. I'm the oldest child, and people didn't know I existed.
Oh, wow.
I mean, this happens everywhere. It happens. It's unfortunate, but
it is.
You still thriving. But we are not responsible for what our parents do. That's at all.
We think it might be good you're not attached to him like that.
That's true. That's true. That's very true. Very, very true. But yeah, Lindani, I didn't like the attitude she got when confronted. Like, I understood the grooming part. I'm like, she's younger. She could fall for this. She's desperate to get out the hood. But girl, like, I just feel like she knew what she was doing, and there was no reason to have an attitude with Pume. Like, I didn't understand that. That's supposed to be your homegirl, but you want to be a bitch.
I'm gonna blame on her mom though, because she was trying to go to university and her mom stopped her. Like, had her mom just signed those papers, because that's Lindani ended up with the big 3. She got the big 3, so she wouldn't have got that big 3 and had to take those meds for life if her mom would have signed them papers and let her go away to school.
That's true. That's actually sad. That's actually sad.
It is sad, yeah, because the thing about it is I think Lindani probably wouldn't have fell into the trap of desperation had her mom just, comply. I don't understand. And in the meantime, not complying with her aspirations to get out of there. Then she's telling her, you can't do this, you can't do that. I don't want you, have no babies out of wedlock and everything and all that. It was like, well, okay, you're not leaving her very many options.
Right.
Like,
so it's like, oh, well, you're just gonna stay here and work at the restaurant. Like, before that was so selfish. So now, she feels like this is my only way out. How get out of there? So I mean, she, like everybody else, get a turn with him. He's easy. He's a quick lick. Like, that was her way out.
Yeah,
that's true. That is true. Poor Lindani. Kiwan, how'd you feel about Lindani?
Hold on, I need to get my thoughts together. At some point, I did feel bad for her when she had the miscarriage. But you sleeping with your best friend's daddy was trifling. Like, why would you do that? You knew that what was the son's name?
Menzie.
You knew that
Menzie.
Menzie. You knew Menzie liked you. I mean, just the fact that you slept with the best friend's dad, that right there was just trash. Like, and then after you kept sleeping with him because you was trying to secure a place for yourself, you all of a sudden later on in an episode had this huge disdain for Joyce that I just didn't seem to understand. Like, I didn't even understand where that came from, because all she did was try to help you. Even when you told Jonas you was pregnant, he really didn't care. He was like, we're just going to give you a nanny, and he was just throwing a nanny on you. And that was it. I wouldn't be surprised if he put something in her drink or something and made her have a miscarriage.
We could have did more. We could have got 30 episodes. We could have gotten 35 episodes out of this.
Okay.
We really could have, yeah.
I did see online that they're discussing doing more with the Polygamist, but it doesn't seem like they'll continue the story. It seems like they're just going to like give the continuance of, I think it was Pume and some of the kids, and then do backgrounds on everybody else.
To like focusing on Menzie, like he gonna be
the Polygamist part 2. Yeah.
Oh Lord. And
I agree with Miss Kira Speaks. I do think the miscarriage was a blessing. I thought that would be when the miscarriage was.
No, I think the miscarriage was the aim for her mind to really go left. I think she was turning left, and just that miscarriage put her all the way there. Because at that point, she just didn't care.
That was going to seal like the deal. Like, I wish they had that in the book. They could have incorporated that in the show. I guess she only has so many episodes. But if she ended up being a fourth wife, like, I want to see how did she pull that off.
Lord, let's get into Sarah.
Oh God.
We're gonna go down the kids, and she's the most complex.
Before we get off of Lindani, I'm like, do you think that she gave something to the boyfriend too, at least the gonorrhea? He was already questioning that was his baby, so of course she was still sleeping with him at the same time. I'm wondering where she got it from.
That's why I'm so confused on how
fast, because of how like a girl that's getting around is gonna easily play Menzie. Like, she played Menzie, she played on the fact that he liked her so that she could get that party thrown in the house. And then she played on some other stuff later down the line with the boyfriend. I really think Lindani was probably using her looks. She was a pretty girl. I think she was probably doing stuff, maybe not to the extent that she was doing it with Jonas, but she definitely knew how to get her way from a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She knew.
I mean, yeah, I could see that, but I don't know if I would think it was that high of promiscuity versus like you just flirting because you're getting what you want, so you just do your looks and it doesn't become physical. I think to me, I read her
somewhere.
Yeah, I'm about to say if we're gonna put that on her, I mean, she had to get it from somewhere. But the thing about it is, they didn't really do a good job of explaining that that's where he got it from. That's where I'm just saying they didn't really go into that. That's why I was like, I can't really put that on her if they didn't explain that that's who gave it to him.
Yeah, but nobody had STDs until she was introduced.
Matipa said, I think they kind of like said it when Matipa said, "Is that who gave me the gonorrhea?"
Yeah, because I mean, there was no STDs happening prior to Lindani being involved, and they done had babies, been involved with the medical system, and all of these things.
Point, everybody, when Matipa came in and said that everybody had to get tested, and everybody had it, so it was like. Yeah, I feel like that was because of Lindani. I think she was being promiscuous. It was just survival, though, like a survival tactic.
Yeah, they painted her character like no shade to be a hoe. In a perfect world, we would love her to not be a hoe, but I think she was a young hoe.
I agree with Kiwano. Like, but don't get smart with Joyce. Like turning on Joyce because you're mad because you're the other woman is crazy.
Well, I think it was a matter of like. She wanted what Joyce had and was never going to get it. So instead of being mad at Jonas for not giving it to you, you're going to get mad at Joyce who's receiving it. But what she has to understand is that Joyce was going to have it with or without him. And I think that that's what she's not realizing. See, because a lot of people think it's the man providing it for the woman, not knowing that she comes from her own money.
And Joyce wasn't doing a good job of shutting that down. Like, it took her too long to be like, it was my daddy money who got you where you are. She should have been saying that. Like, why
from
are you
the jump?
Yeah, from the jump. Yeah.
You wait, this episode 21. We just now finding out you got 50% share, or you're the other J and J and J. You should have. I would have led with that.
The way
I would have
done
too.
a hostile takeover and kicked his ass out of the company.
Right. The way the mama did in the family that prays. Yes. I have the control to go, okay, you fired now.
Exactly.
Right.
When she left, it was like, oh, he left everything to Minzy. Like, his half.
His half.
He only owns half.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's all Minzy owns. I think a lot of people didn't catch up on that part, though. Like, yes, everything was left to Minzy, but it's been Joyce's. It's been hers. So
yes.
Minzy's getting
so his half. I mean, his half should have been divvied up with all the kids.
All the rest of the siblings, especially with Sarah, because Sarah works there too now. So yeah, Sarah definitely needs to give.
Joyce shouldn't have to divvy up her half to all of the kids.
She definitely shouldn't. Hell, she could have had it without them damn kids and the headache and all of that.
She could have had her same social media presence and would have been better without him. Everything would have been. She don't realize she didn't need him.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing a lot of women don't realize. I think it's really easy to get comfortable in a relationship, but sometimes it's more important to be more comfortable with yourself so that you can be okay with being uncomfortable to get the fuck out of some toxic shit. But people take their own, time to get to stuff. Who did I say was they? Sarah, daughter of Jonas, Gomorrah, and Etsy. Now, we kind of got into Sarah a little bit because you can't help but get into her because of Etsy. Sarah, yes, she got dealt some rough cards, but I always say, and I stand by it, fictional or in real life, just because you got dealt some rough cards does not mean you go and sleep with your sister's boyfriend, suck him off in her bedroom. She stole her sister's iPhone. Like, if you knew that this was your sister cousin or whatever the hell it was, like, be mad at your dad. But I didn't understand Sarah's misplaced anger towards the siblings. I got it because of the jealousy, because it's like they have to live in a way that she's not living. And little does Sarah know, when your dad is not with you and your mama, that doesn't mean he's with Joyce and them kids either. And that was the kind of the damage I saw that Essie was doing in keeping the secrets, because you're trying to have her keep a secret, but it's not right because you're having her keep a secret that she don't fully understand. Sarah was all over the place. She done got close with the brother, tried to make a pass on him. I mean, she almost pushed her mama down the stairs. Then she pushed her mama, and her mama ended up rolling into a hospital and all of this crazy stuff. Like, Sarah was initially for self. If you know that your dad has other siblings, you can't be so selfish to expect all of the attention. But I got unhealthy obsession also from her. And I feel like because she was kept a secret, she probably had that unhealthy, like, slight obsession with her dad. But it's like, you're not the only child. He got a job.
She didn't get any attention.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
It's true, but it's like, he's been showing you this. At what point do you accept that he don't want to be around?
But the thing about it is, you have to understand, those are years of Essie poisoning her mind with the secret and her feeling like she doesn't deserve to be a secret. But remember, in their mindset, she is a woman, and women are not allowed to, speak over the man. So the only way I felt like she felt vindicated is if she acted out, not realizing that was going to sabotage her even further. But the problem with Sarah that I had with her and why I felt so bad is because, to me, she realistically was like the rest of the kids, the innocent one, until she made herself look guilty. You were innocent until you started doing and acting out and showing your ass all over the place. And then for me, the other reason I felt sorry for Sarah is because when Jonas tried to come around, he still let her down. When, she wanted to go out to dinner with him, when the secret was all out, and he still did it. He never came around, even though the secret was out. That was his daughter. He still did exactly what he did even before the secret was kept. So she kind of had a lose-lose regardless of how it played out.
She had a lose-lose, but she did have Mpume trying to explain to her he wasn't shit. My problem with Sarah, this is my only problem with her. It has nothing to do with your siblings. The anger, the behavior toward the siblings, I don't accept that acting out at all.
No, I don't either. Yeah.
But if she was acting out towards her mama, like when she pushed what's her face, I was not mad at that. When she's getting upset at the brother because she's happened to be kept a secret. I'm not mad at that. But don't go and get at your siblings who also may not know what you know. Not everybody's mama ain't shit the way Essie was. But Essie, I will say, is solely responsible for Sarah and how she ended up. Jonas could have done more, but it's like, Essie, you knew he wasn't shit. So you knew you had to take up and raise this baby. And to raise anybody.
Solely responsible, though. Jonas still has the responsibility.
He does, but
Jonas has the responsibility, but at the same time, she's in the house with Essie. And Essie's not getting the attention either.
Jonas should have been making it very clear that was his daughter from jump. Like
he should have, but that was to keep the secret with Joyce. That's why I said I get where you're coming from. Yes, Jonas is completely responsible, but to me, Essie chose to be in this situation and chose to have a baby and have Sarah. So at the same time, yes, I could put a lot of this on Jonas, but Essie should have had more solidarity in herself to say, hey, my baby not going to get left out. My baby's not going to do it. It was up to her to speak up and advocate for her daughter when her daughter couldn't.
This is a good point that Miss Kira Speaks is making, because I think this is the biggest reason why she was such a bitch. She probably did not realize that Joyce's kids was not getting attention either, and she probably thought they had a better life, because I truly believe Sarah thought that when he was not at their house, he was with Joyce and them.
Even if they would have explained, like, oh yeah, he's mistreating us, she still can only go off what she sees. She sees them in a better home.
Yeah,
he's in the house. They do have the iPhone. They have the things. So they still got some time. She wasn't going around asking for all his time and being selfish. That's crazy. She didn't get no time, none. He's never been out with her alone her entire life. That going to the restaurant would have been their first time going out to eat. Like, I'm a true daddy's girl. I can't even imagine not being able to call my dad in public. Like, she's not asking for a lot. Her acting out like, yeah, shit was wrong. But I don't really fault Sarah for that. Like, her hurting, because when she told her sister, it was like she tried to explain it was a cry for help. I did appreciate that. Like, the way she went about it was wrong. But at the end of the day, like, you can't tell somebody how to respond when you had them holding something in for their entire life. Like, even Freedom had to sit down Essie and tell her that she was a horrible mother. And that's why he's an outlaw.
Yeah.
And then Jonas did play a part. They went to go see the Voodoo Man or whatever it's called. I don't want to call it out of term. But they said you have daddy issues. How many grown people are walking around with daddy issues? They just want to spend time with their dad. The dad is alive and he's ignoring you.
Like, that's actually really sad, though. Her character's daddy issues really showed when she tried to get intimate with her uncle.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I was like, okay, this girl is just, she ain't wired right. And it's not her fault. It's that she did do some shit that's fucked up and made no sense. But again, if you grow up in secret and taught that the dysfunction is something regular, and then she's left with just a hope and a dream, because instead of saying, well, this is what your dad does, this is the lifestyle, he's not around. Essie sat there and was like, oh, okay, he loves you and all this other BS. It just,
they're blaming Joyce. He's trying to keep it from Joyce. Joyce, no, he don't want you. Freedom was mature enough to see that, but Sarah's was only 18, 19.
Yeah, she was young.
Very young. So it's like she's processing it as with her teenage mind. Like, her acting out, I feel like her being mature was saying, like, look, I was wrong and this is the reason why. And that's why I think her sister ended up at the end coming around, because it's like, look, you can't really, who else was she going to take it out on? She's not going to hurt Jonas. He don't care about her.
That's true.
Yeah, I get all of that. But if I didn't do you nothing, you cannot make me your object. Yes, I'm not Jonasy. And I get it. But that is hurtful. That's hurtful to me, especially when I have been nothing but kind to you. She had all of this nasty energy, but her energy she had transferred. That was she was mimicking her mom's energy.
Yes. That's why I blame Betsy.
Yep.
She then started to do that. Miss Kira said it. Jonasy, the same way Jonasy treated those twins when Matipa had those twins, that's how he treated Sarah. That's how if anybody got the hardest treatment, it was that son. It was that boy. He was so cruel. Minzy. Yeah, he was so cruel.
I think Sarah got worse than Minzy.
I actually feel like Sarah had it worse than Minzy also, because
I do agree. Yeah,
Minzy is like, they did good at showing the importance of men in African culture, But Minty didn't really have to deal with much. The dad seemed to really look up, like want him to become a man, was talking to him. That's the one kid that Jonas low-key took the time to kind of acknowledge in moments that he didn't have to. But and Pume, he was calling her daddy's little girl and all of this before we knew shit went bad. Sarah, Shayna is correct in that she really didn't get shit, but kept the secret and a promise of an iPhone and some other shit that never came.
Even when he came to the house,
he wasn't even, he was all focused on Essie. That's the good point, Shayna.
He came over to get his fix and get something to eat and go on about his way. He never came in.
The same thing to
Matisse. Her sister was wrong, but everything else is not her fault. Like, and I feel like, I mean, with her boyfriend, that was messed up. But it's like, I can understand why she did. It was like she just did it for no reason. We know why. Essie called her a Jezebel. You bringing men in and out the house, and you got your kids
from your
husband.
Yes, and then here's the other thing about the twins, because you also brought up a point, Kiwan, that I want to touch on. The twins even got better treatment than Sarah because they were able to be included and publicized as his kids when they took the family apart. He had Joyce holding one baby, he had the other lady holding the baby, and it was kind of like, okay, now I want a picture of all my kids. Here she come, and he like, not sit down. Yeah, it was kind of like, That's why I was like, no, even the twins got better treatment.
Matipa, did y'all see the document that they presented, the legal document that showed like Joyce and what's his face are accepting her into their polygamous thing? We didn't see that for Essie, so
we didn't. No.
I don't think Essie
got the traditional neighborhood, ceremony. She did not get the legal paperwork. That's why I said, I'm like, okay, the legal's wife, I do believe was Joyce Dimity, and then maybe if the book says Lindani too, then okay, but I just feel like for me, I feel like Sarah got it worse. And the thing about it is Sarah had to grow up now.
And even the rules of Matipa, I still don't feel like it was like a legal marriage. I feel like it was just rules for Joyce. Like he can't, like I feel like those are in-home rules. Like you can't sleep.
Like a document.
It was no legally binding thing.
That they just signed. They just signed a piece of paper.
I didn't even see a notary there, let alone some like legal. So
where's the legality?
Right.
That's an agreement between the three of them.
Had Essie handled her business as a mother, not a woman, mother, as you should have as a mother, I don't think Sarah would have been off this bad. Like, I just don't think so.
Where Essie messed up.
But let me say this. I would have given everything because I don't think I would have ever wanted a Jonas because I have a Magesh. You overlook I get it, but Magesh may not have been her dad. He's not, but he was a better version of a man that your father has ever been.
She started to figure that out toward the end.
Yeah. I feel like he was coming around at the end when Sarah started acting out. Prior to that, do we know if they were hanging, if he was spending all this quality time with her outside of appearances? He could have only been there for show, and when it was time to go home, he went back home about his business. Like, he hadn't been spending that time with her until Essie said Sarah's acting out. And then he stepped in. So we don't have enough background to know if he was around her whole life and he was really playing a father figure role, or if it was only for show and everybody's in on this. And then we go home and it's back to real life. And I don't have nobody but her brother. That's it.
Who was also a drunk.
Also a drunk and also acting out of his own issues because of Essie.
Why didn't Magesh Ben get her the phone and Ben get her all the things and do all the stuff? He could have been there.
Exactly. And that's my point with this whole situation is that I feel like I have to point the finger at Essie because once again, you don't know how to control your daughter's emotions because you're keeping up a lie and a facade for Jonas. You're putting his emotions and his feelings all as a priority versus your child. I feel like if Essie wanted to do Sarah any good, Essie could have just moved on and just said, fuck it, I'm gonna take my baby. And if I just so happen to find somebody, I'll pour into it like that. But the fact that you just stayed idle and didn't do anything until it was your turn is crazy.
She's been doing it for so long that I feel like the more time that goes, the harder it is to get out of that. And she probably didn't want to work.
Did Essie get a turn?
She does hair. She could have been doing hair.
Essie got a turn. Yeah, his birthday. Yeah, when everybody was ignoring him.
Yeah, everybody's ignoring him.
He could always count on Essie.
The point that Shayna's making I didn't want to be mean, but I didn't think that bitch wanted to work because you were working hard braiding hair, and you obviously have a means and a way to make money, but you stopped that as soon as he gave you this house at the top of the hood. So I don't understand why
I
she
think that was
working.
like her payback because I did this for you.
Matipa wanted a job regardless. She was mad when she couldn't work there no more. Joyce had her stuff plus her dad's business. Essie.
Did Matipa really want to work too, though?
I think Matipa just wanted to be there just so she could, be front in line. I don't think
that close proximity to the boss.
Yes, I don't think it was
anything of her want to work though, because Essie, I didn't see Essie doing nothing in her spare time when she wasn't with Jonas, wasn't with her kids. She had the skinny little boy.
Everybody got with Jonas. They weren't doing.
But that was the transactional. Miss Kira Speaks said that was the transactional thing. I helped you get to where you were to find your glory. Now it's my payback and it's my turn. So now I did what I was supposed to do.
And
now
that's
you
why
need to
she
do
was
what
miserable in a house alone, raising kids alone while they was crashing out. And
but in her mind, I got a husband, I got a man, even though nobody knows. She felt like she has one.
She had more than one man. And see, that's the thing. Why we didn't touch on the fact that Essie was stepping out too?
I'm not mad at Essie for stepping out though. I'm not gonna lie, but maybe that's where the gonorrhea came from. Also, was it really? Okay, because Essie had a couple of partners too.
Yes, she did. I was like, okay, well, I'm not. That's why I said I wasn't really mad at Essie because I'm like, I would have cheated too.
But I can't respect Essie because she should have put her foot down. Like you a polygamist and so am I. Every time he came around, she kicked him out. She got freedom. She got her son being a lookout while she getting her freak on. That is so disgusting.
That's nasty.
That is nasty.
So when he come around, you act like you this is his wife waiting around for whenever he decided to show up. No, I would appreciate if she was bold. Like, yeah, I got men. Your turn.
She did get bold later on. Like she did get bold later on when
that was after everybody was done with him. She should have been doing that all along because he been treating her. He treated her the worst.
And then she got bold, and the bitch didn't really mean it because she was tore up when he passed away, and then she went and stole that damn body. That's the thing. Before we move on to the funeral home, obviously this ain't Willie Watkins with Phaedra, but I'm gonna say this: even in Africa. What the fuck? What in the actual fuck? How did the wrong person sign out the body? I need explanations.
Has so many wives, we don't care.
Listen,
people do something strange for a little piece of change. So they could have slipped in $100 under the door.
But this is the wife that wasn't public that nobody knew about. So I'm like, the funeral home, you signed, and then she gave him a funeral. She tried to bury him in the hood, knowing that bitch didn't want to. I just want to know why Essie did what she did, trying to steal the body. It just goes to show that
she did what she did because Joyce wouldn't let her see him.
Yeah,
but and you don't go and steal a whole corpse. And she was washing it. I said, absolutely.
She washed it and everything. Like she tried to prepare the body and everything. But I think that was just her trying to ensure that she wanted to be kept in this man's death. And I'm like,
she should have thought about that shit when she chose to be a secret.
Essie was there from day one. So of course she got a little more. Even though Joyce didn't know till way later, she has more time than everyone else. So she wants to get. She don't know how he passed on. Nobody knew that but Joyce and him and Lindani. So she just wants to say her final goodbye.
But the thing about it is, I feel like it's also deeper. I feel like Essie in some way blamed Joyce because he died in her care. So I think that initially that was kind of like, well, you didn't care about him to keep him alive. So yes, I'm going to take the body and bury him because I do care. Right. Like she came by the house to drop him off some soup because she said, hey, I want to help nourish him back to health.
Yeah.
He did die in Joyce's care. She paid.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, that's why I said it that way. Yes, he died in Joyce's care. He sure did.
Wait, so that's another question I have. So everybody didn't know. I'm assuming people didn't know how he died because he was such a private man, and maybe appearances was everything. I'm assuming people didn't know what happened to him.
Complications of pneumonia, as the doctor was paid to say.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, complications of pneumonia. The doctor was paid to tell him it was pneumonia. And then later on say, okay, well, then we also found out that you contracted the big three lettuce. And he goes, no, that can't be right. That can't be true. Who have I slept with? And so then also only Jonas and the doctor knew, which is why I feel like that doctor also was in setting him up too.
I don't know, because Lindani was taking, the people said that Lindani was taking medicine and somebody zoomed in on the bottle and she had it too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because I'm sure he slept with her after the fact of this lady coming to the door. And yeah.
Well, I think Lindani was meant to be some sort of a question mark, though, just because the gonorrhea, the pregnancy, then the whole HIV and AIDS diagnosis. The whole time I was watching, I kind of thought that all the STDs came from her. I feel like she might have had it even before he caught it.
Until you found out later at the end.
Yeah, like
because she was messing.
Yeah. She was messing with so many people. In my mind, I said, "Oh, she's a nasty little hood. She's desperate to get out the hood."
That it was the same lady. But my thing is, because she looked healthy and Lindani looked healthy, so I'm thinking, because we know Lindani was sleeping around, so I'm thinking, is it undetectable? Because they say if you take your meds for a certain period of time, it becomes.
If you take your meds, it can be undetectable. But remember, Jonas, he didn't believe in the Western medicine treatment for the AIDS.
Who came over, because I'm like, she looked healthy, so I'm assuming she's taking her meds, so wouldn't it have been undetectable for her? And then he's sick, so I'm wondering, like, well, how long was it? Like,
it could have been a situation of like maybe she stopped taking her meds from a time,
just to pass it on,
to him, like Joyce paid her to do, and then probably went back on it, because they do say you have to keep up with it. It's not something you can just let lapse.
Like, once you stop, like, how long does it take before? Because I mean, he stopped. Well, granted, it was 2 years later, but it's like, look how bad he looked in just that short period of time. So I'm like, she stopped long enough for it to become detectable. Like,
you have to understand, he doesn't take traditional medicine, like the prescriptions, and then also he doesn't take well care of himself, and she wasn't taking care of him, because remember, it wasn't just quote unquote HIV, the 3-letter words. It was also pneumonia too, and
he never did the treatment for the other
thing too. Yeah, that was another thing. Yeah, it was another thing. Yeah,
that's nasty, because I heard that gonorrhea for men like hurts. So for you to just be pumping your stuff all over the place, like separate from passing it on, you don't feel that, sir? Are you that raggedy, Jonas? It's not burning.
He felt it made he act like he was so invincible. Like he act like his money just made him invincible. And it didn't.
He was wasting money, having all these wives and these houses and these damn kids. I think you are correct, Miss Kira. I don't think he took the meds for the gonorrhea, because they just covered over, and he was into Western herbal medicine, which is common for a lot of African peoples. It's very common, but he was tripping. You should have took the medicine. I didn't understand that.
Once you take the medicine, if you want to continue on with some natural herbs, fine, but at least get it up.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that.
But don't do what you want. Just take the ones that you need, sir.
Even before he had money, though, I feel like this has always been his personality. So I feel like he was going to do that whether he had money or not. Like,
because he's a narcissist, they don't like to hear that something else has more power.
Anyway, he got the big 3. He told the doctor he was wrong. He was like, I don't have that. Like, I don't have the big 3. You don't know what you're talking about. So I guess
I couldn't be a doctor. I'm like, well, you believe what you want to believe. I've told you my shit.
He was willing to pass on. I guess he was willing to pass on like that, then to live with it. Because then those pills are a constant reminder. Even though he had to watch Lindani take it and go to Pilates like nothing happened.
Go to Pilates. She sure did.
Yeah, she sure did. She said, I'm gonna live my best life regardless of what I got. It's gonna happen. Yeah.
I don't really want to
people possibly, and that's.
Did y'all want to get into the other kids? Pume. I don't have much on Pume. I liked Pume. She was the one person throughout the show who had some type of a moral compass. I am glad that she didn't let her mama be in a pick-me, like, get to her. She didn't accept that boyfriend doing what he did. And at the end of it, she was the only one to make Sarah feel like she had family. So I don't.
The brother did too, though.
Minzy did too.
Minzy did too.
He did too. He did, but I'm mad at Minzy for other reasons. But
we know, yeah.
He did. Minzy, it's looking like the way they ended stuff is going to end up just like his dad. I kind of worry. I don't know if y'all got that same energy, but how did y'all feel about him, man?
Exactly what it's given.
Okay, good. Because I thought I was.
That's what I think the season 2 is going to be based on. And now that everybody's saying they think like Joyce giving, setting him up, Jonas up for the big 3, she's going to get the karma back with her kids getting it. Because remember, Mupe got scratched when her and Lindani was fighting. So I'm wondering if that could be a thing. And then the whole issue with Minzy at the end. I'm hoping she's undetectable because, ooh.
I'm mad though, because Minzy, why you want a bitch that was fucking on your daddy? Like, what are we?
He wanted her first.
He wanted her first. That was his.
What point do you?
That was his end all,
go?
be all. That was it for him. Like that was supposed to be his wife. So I think that was kind of like a fantasy that he just held on to, and I don't think the logic behind it, how we see, is like, okay, she did all this crazy shit. You still, I don't think.
He lost respect for her though, but I feel like at this point he feel like, oh, if my dad can get something, I should too. Because he feel like he took his dad's place. Like, so if that's all you care about is money, well, I got some too. And that proved, because at the end, when they was doing what they were doing, she called him Mr. Gubadia. I thought that was weird. So I'm like, all she cared about is the money.
Shane. You say the funniest shit with a straight face. With the straightest face.
Like, what? Okay. But knowingly going around passing the big 3 around, potentially, even if you are taking your meds and you feel fine and healthy, is just crazy.
So do we think this show's it deserves a season 2? I just don't know where they're going to go with it. Like, it's gonna be an interesting.
Go in a lot of directions. If Power is still fucking going, then they could figure this out.
But I think this is her only book though, right? I think there's only one version of this book or one addition to it.
She don't need another one. She can go twist this story all types of ways, right? Because it's like, well, Minzy get the big 3, and then it's like, well, I might as well say with Lindani now because we both got it.
To me, if they do a season 2, my hope is, I hope Sarah actually gets the control and power of the company. I do. I hope Sarah gets the control and power of the company. I do.
She can be a tyrant.
I don't know if she'll be a tyrant. I think that
she needs some therapy first.
She do need therapy.
Power.
But I feel like it would be her well-deserved get back.
Yeah. Her and Mupe being, coming together, and like I feel like that is some healing for her, because some things there's not enough therapy in the world. Like you got, like, I think that had to heal her so she can move forward and then step into that.
Let's get into Jonas.
Lord Jesus.
I don't even know where I don't even know how or what to do with Jonas. Miss Kira Speaks says, I think they said the book didn't end with Jonas dying. Now I haven't read it, but that's what I heard. Listen, none of us have read it.
None of us have read it, but
you are helpful.
They shouldn't. I mean, there's still a lot left they could have did with his character, but you know what? They could still do flashback scenes with him.
They could, yeah.
That is true.
Because we could get like maybe how they got out of the hood, like the backstory of like.
We can still see young Jonas, and we can still see flashbacks with him, all like Marvel, all throughout. They can always make a comeback. And then with Minzy, we need to know, did he get it? Did he not get it? Is he with Lindani? Is he not? Like, is Mupe with Lindani's ex? I hope not. Like, there's just a lot to unpack. We can bring in new characters. Does Magesh really have a girlfriend, or was he just saying that?
I think Magesh was lying.
I do too.
Did we talk about Magesh?
A little bit. Magesh is.
He's an enabler. He was like.
That's what I said. He was also married to Jonas. I'm not saying traditionally married to Jonas, but he was also married to Jonas. Yeah, he was also married to him.
Your whole life to your brother. What did he have? It make I don't know if this was a thought, but what did he have over you?
That's what I said earlier. But this them getting him out the hood. That's the only conclusion they came down to. It was like, oh well, he got us out of here. Like. That's not good.
But to me, he needed for me to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be completely indebted to your life and your wives, and
especially when Jonas had thrown it in his face. Like, first of all, we're not gonna do that, and then you fire him, and then you needed him.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, we're not doing that.
That's why I said he was married to him as well. He needed to be up there with the women, because it was kind of like he just didn't do the sexual things. He did everything else.
He did exactly what Jonas wanted the women to do, which was follow directions.
Follow directions. Yes.
He did do that. But it is a weird thing getting out the hood. I get that, but me and my siblings would have been in the hood poor together.
If you're gonna get us out, there's no way you're gonna just hold me and I'm supposed to be indebted to you and keep up this and hurt all these women in the process. Like, I don't think that that's enough reciprocity for me to do for you. I just don't feel that way. I felt like that to me was manipulation. You're manipulating me and cheating me out of 20 years of my life just for you to live yours. That's not fair. That's not equal from getting us out the hood. That's not equal.
And I feel like, Magesh, like, he could have easily got another corporate job. When he fired him, he was able to maintain and sustain for 2 years.
He was.
So it's like
that's because I think him and Essie was splitting that pot. I really do. I feel like Essie was, counting her 1,000 and probably just gave him 200 every time. I do. I feel like that. That's just kind of because it's to me.
All along. He didn't have any kids to take care of. It's just by himself. So he probably was just hacking his money.
Right.
But it's like you could easily take everything you learned working at this job and easily go somewhere else.
I guess confused me, but
I was good with Magesh once. I think we all know everything shifted once he saw the marks on what's her name on Joyce
Matipa.
Oh, was it Matipa? He saw the mark.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he beat her bad. That's when everything changed. That's when everything changed for Magesh. That's when he stopped enabling him. And I was like, for me, I'm looking at Magesh like, you can literally fight. Every time we seen him get into, stand in for somebody who was in conflict, it didn't take much. All you had to do was chop somebody or do something, and that was it. You couldn't do that to your brother?
No, because he has a mind. He's just like a slave. Like, it's like if you got somebody's mind and he's been manipulating him all this time. He was in gangs before this. He didn't think he could do anything else. So
everything that happened on this show, Ms. Kira spoke on it, was truly like, it's just the reason why terms like money is the root of all evil exist. Everything was transactional. And that's the unfortunate part. Like, everything was transactional, from the brother not keeping it real to taking too long to finally stand up against him, to where he graduated to doing what he did. And I wasn't surprised that Jonas ended up graduating into violence, because every single thing he did is just classic. A man that'll cheat on you constantly and to be out here not caring about his own health, he eventually will try to not put his hands on you and things like that. But Magesh was definitely, I don't know, for Magesh, it was too little too late for me with his character. Like, when he did start to do the right thing, I was like, after.
It was too little too late for me too. Like, enough, at least he apologized. I think that's a difference too with why Joyce forgave Magesh and not Essie. Because Essie, when she found out, Essie was like, well, now you know. Like, no remorse. At least Magesh felt sorry. So it's like, well, I'm not about to let you come in my house at all ever again. That's how you feeling?
Let me ask y'all this. When Jonas asked Joyce for the divorce, do y'all think he was serious about that? Or it was just, he knew she was, like he kept saying throughout the series, he was like, I know she's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. I don't think he was serious.
Go ahead.
I don't think he was serious, because Matipa never had pushed him to do that. So when the time finally came, he changed his mind. Like, I don't think he was serious about that. He knew she wouldn't leave. The worst thing you could ever let anybody think is that you won't leave. I don't care if I won't leave. You not gonna think I'm not gonna leave. Once you let somebody know that they can do anything to you, they're gonna do just that.
I don't think he was serious about the divorce either, but for a little bit of a different reason. I feel like he used it at first as a manipulation tactic to get what he wanted and to shut Joyce the hell up. But then I also kind of feel like my main reason for thinking he would have never divorced her, because if he divorced her, I am sure she would have found a way to get her shares. He still would have had to see her. Like, we didn't know at that time that she had such a big stake in the company. But after knowing she had such a big stake in the company and everything he had was because of her, I think he might have thought about that. And was like, I dangled this divorce, but I'm going to just use it as a way to shut this lady up. and have control. Because if he leave her, what he got?
She just easily, like, after a while, when she was like, fine, she just signed the papers. So they didn't go through any process to divvying up anything. When she finally got tired enough, she signed. So once you sign, there's nothing to fight. So I don't think that was the case. I think he really was like, oh, I didn't think you were actually going to sign. And now that you are,
changed his mind. Like, let me go give you some good dick and fix this.
No fight. I think she would have just took her shares and gone on about her business. She didn't say, I'm going to take half of this or that. There was no talk of that.
That's why I think he was serious up until that. Because I think in some way he did know that. I think it was her causing the catastrophe in his office saying, I actually helped build this. And I think that was kind of like in the back of his mind. Like, yeah, she is right. Maybe I'll, not jump the gun on this. I do think he was serious up until a point where she started fighting.
If that's the case, then why didn't he say never mind then? He still was pushing for the divorce.
Because remember, they're not in the privacy of their home. So you have to understand, his power and his sternness always was when they were in a public setting, in that office. So when they were at home, that's when he felt like I can now give her the business because I'm in the privacy of my own space. I'm in public. I can't show people that I'm weak and vulnerable to my wife in public, especially when I have all these people watching.
But even in private, he still, after that, that's when she burned down the house. That's when she did all that stuff. She almost unalived them. He still was like, and I still want a divorce. He bailed out of jail and still said, I still want a divorce. So there was never any, I think if she would have said, okay, well, I'm taking half of these shares, then that would have made sense for me. But when she just signed the papers, having gone through a divorce, there's nothing else. You don't get to go back and be like, oh, wait a minute, I forgot something.
I think she was calling his bluff.
That's it.
At that time, I think she was calling his bluff when she signed.
I don't think Joyce was calling his bluff at that time, because at that time she was like, she was still giving very, I don't think she was calling his bluff, but I don't know. Jonas is weird.
I think he just likes to have his people in check. He's been dealing with her for 20 years, and even if he don't want to see her going on being happy with somebody else. He got to.
I don't think she would.
How would he know? She signed the papers. He just wants to keep her there. He didn't care about he didn't care about anybody but himself. But he wants to have control over everybody around.
He cared about one more thing. He cared about that little thing downstairs, that tool that he had.
That's all he cared about, was anything that had to do with him and his body parts.
So let me ask y'all a question real quick. Do y'all think he loved any of the wives? Do you think he truly loved any of them?
True love don't look like none of this. No.
He didn't even love himself, or he wouldn't be moving so recklessly.
You got one wife being kept a secret. I say this all the time. If you are in a secret relationship, baby, okay? If your love is not something that's hidden, something that's small, is big, is out loud. I'm not saying you got to just flaunt on people, but you're not going to be in some secret shit. So that maps SEO. And then he cared about his own success in going to the university. But it seemed like he just kind of used Essie and Joyce for that, because Essie got him to the university and Joyce got him the job he needed out of the damn university, and then got him these shares and stuff. We know for sure he didn't love Matipa the way he whooped her ass. So I'm not going to get into all of that. He whooped on Matipa, didn't even consider if Matipa wanted to be in a polygamous marriage. He talked to Joyce about it and then went and presented it to Matipa like, you just want to accept this. He didn't love any of these women.
He used them.
That's the thing. He used each and every one of them for something.
But they allowed themselves to be used.
Yes, that's the part right there.
He used them.
Only Joyce and Essie may have actually loved him, but I don't think anybody else loved him either. But he didn't love his children. And like I said, if he cared about himself, he wouldn't have been moving so recklessly. You don't move like that when you care about your body. But I'm like, he didn't care. Everybody served a purpose at a time when he needed it. Everybody came in there to do something. Matipa was a reminder of where he is right now. Because Joyce, he always got to remember where he came from.
Yep.
Essie, he always got to remember where he started. He don't like going over there. That's a reminder. Matipa is
But Scare's face said he didn't love any of them, but I'm sure he'd say he loved Joyce, right?
Joyce was crazy when he said, can you get, at the end, when he was like, can you get in the bed with me? Ain't no way I would have gotten in bed with that man. You better be glad you in this house.
Is that when she whispered to him? Was she?
Yeah, that's what she whispered. The door. I don't need to get under the covers with you to tell you this.
My God, on today, I was like, my mouth flung wide open.
Oh, I knew she had something to do with it because Joyce was too calm. Joyce has been erratic and over the top this entire series. So the fact that she was just so calm and willingly to take care of him and all this, I was like, Joyce, you had something to do with this, didn't you? Like, I just knew
her
it.
being in jail with the random chick making friends with a chick with AIDS. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, Joyce, I see where you're going.
Her, like because he never put his hands on her before, and then he SA'd her. I was done. I mean, I guess it's easy to say leave. She tried. He won't go. So
the same time he did it with her, he did it to Matipa. Like, because I think they both, it seemed like those ladies were both in solidarity. It was like, no, we're not giving into you.
Even Essie was done with him at that time. Everybody, he had no one.
Yep. He had Lindani. That's the only thing. And Lindani was halfway there.
Right.
Ooh.
He started falling apart. She was like, please wash the dishes and clean up behind yourself. Bye.
It was when Lindani fucked old boy in the house, loud as hell, while Jonas was in the bed in the other room.
Not her calling him her dad. That was crazy.
Oh Lord. I said that I know something wrong with me because that satisfied me. I said, yeah, now you listen to somebody else get fucked. How about that?
She said, go eat your soup, the soup that Essie brought over, and clean up and wash them dishes. Like, oh,
I don't know why Essie thought that soup was working. Essie, girl.
Okay.
Essie thought a lot was working there.
A lot was working. Essie thought she was the medicine whooping over there making him some sweet potato soup. I said, girl, if you don't go somewhere.
Not roll him right over to Essie. This is what they all should have done.
Yes, okay. I would have done this.
Essie was begging. I guess it was the principle for her. Because ain't no way. I would have been like, you know what, you want to be in that house? I don't care if Matipa or if Lindani's not answering the phone. I would have been like, girl, I can turn back to you. And you can take him to Essie if you want to.
Yep. I would have just dropped him off. We're not knocking on doors. Somebody will come home and
somebody come home and see him. Yeah, somebody gonna see him out there in that wheelchair and be like, okay, yeah, there he is. But yeah, he would have went to Essex. That's exactly where I would have took him. And I feel like once again, this goes back to the beginning with Essie is how she always looked out for him in his need, regardless of how grimy or how serious it was. Essie was always the cleanup woman. Yeah. So yeah.
Enough is enough.
Right.
Especially when you're not getting anything out of it. And she knew she wasn't getting anything out of it, but it felt like the more she wasn't getting anything, the harder she kept trying.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
It was like a secret competition with her and Joyce, though. She wanted to just feel like she won.
She knew she couldn't compete with Joyce. That's
none of them did.
Yeah, like she well, no, none of them. Well, Matipa did. Like she felt like she was in competition with Joyce at one point when she realized she couldn't win. That's when she, but when she realized she couldn't compete,
Everyone won. Everybody lost.
Everybody lost. Yeah, nobody won.
They won when he died.
Right. Yeah.
He won.
They won when he died, and Joyce whispered in that coffin, and like literally that scene lives rent free in my head because I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't know. I was like, wait, what?
Why were so many people allowed to the funeral?
Why wouldn't they be allowed?
And like if the petty in me, I wouldn't give you a funeral. But the fact that he got a funeral and so many people showed up.
Appearances, and the mom was like, why you got him in a Versace suit? She's got Joyce is Joyce.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. What cracked me up was when Essie showed up. Yeah, Essie brought that chair and was like, because Joyce said, don't you show you. I'm going to call the police. You show Essie said, I don't give a fuck. I'm coming.
She had on that Chucky wig.
Yeah. That wig was bad. I was like,
it was terrible. I was like, Essie. No, come on now.
Allowance anymore. So how is she supposed to keep up when she ain't getting no more money?
I forgot about that. She was
saving
money.
Well, that's where you don't be reckless. It's not like you're paying bills. Like the house is paid for. What are you using this money for?
She still got to pay taxes, buy clothes, survive.
Like, and she had that drinking problem. I think AB brought that up in the comments. Essie kept the bottle close.
She did.
But it's more bills than just paying for the house. Her money was getting low.
Essie should have just wore her natural hair. I liked her best with her natural fro.
Yeah. Even the pictures online, she does. Some people just look best with natural hair. That's me. I'm scary in a wig, so I just avoid them. But what can we do? It was a Chucky wig, though. I'm fighting for Kiwan not to be in the corner. It was definitely a Chucky wig.
Maybe it would be better.
It was just like, why would you, Essie? Like, it's like, why? Like, why would you do this? And like, where do you think you were going?
I appreciated Matipa came with a new man. Like, she was like, I moved on. I mean, you'll never see your kids again, but at least you got a new man.
So that was
see your kids again.
She walked in, it looked like it was her man to me.
Wow. I was like, girl, you couldn't call collect. You ain't have Metro PCS, nothing. You could
how do you expect for these kids who's like 3 now to know who you are? Like, they don't know you.
She said, come to mommy. The babies look at each other.
Oh, there she is.
I don't know why she didn't take her babies with her. I still was
She
puzzled.
froze all her accounts and blocked all her money. She couldn't afford to take them.
She didn't have no money.
I mean, she came back looking okay. I think it's what Kiwan was saying. Like, I understood not taking them because 2 kids is expensive. Hell, 1 is hard. She had 2 at the same age, but the phone works. Yeah, there's text messages. Like, you could have called,
or you could have visited, like, or just say, hey.
She called. She probably didn't know she didn't know Joyce's plan. So she probably thought he was over there alive and well. She probably was afraid to call because he might find her.
And where's her mama? Did Matipa's mom, like, why couldn't she leave the babies with the mama?
That was my next question.
Mom said, leave me alone. So
that's true.
Her mom said, I raised my daughter. You're not
doing this shit again.
And Matipa was trying to get away from a lifestyle, so maybe her mom lived in the same area as Lindani. So she probably knew, okay, Joyce can afford to take care of you. Joyce has nannies and all the other stuff. She had other siblings. She was married to the man. So she's like, I'm going to leave him with my sister. Right? They built a bond. She probably felt comfortable with Joyce.
So does that make Matipa selfish?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. She was selfish the entire time.
I don't have kids, but I don't see how you could like
just leave,
walk away without any connection. Even parents that give their kids up for adoption, for the ones that choose open adoptions, do it so they can still get updates or have some type of something. So that was the part for me that was like, maybe she is a little bit selfish because regardless of what, you could have kept in contact. Especially since you made peace with Joyce. Y'all was having a good little sister-wife relationship.
She was afraid. She probably was scared. She didn't know that he was going through that. So she probably was scared. She seemed like she was scared for her life. And if he would have found her, who knows what he would have did to her. So I think her plan was never to be gone that long. I think her plan was just to set herself up and come back and get her kids. And then 2 years went by.
Scared for your life, so you left your kids with a man who beaten and essaying women.
She didn't leave them with him. She left them kids with Joyce.
I mean, she basically left them with her by leaving them with Joyce.
Yeah, he wasn't around anymore, though.
Well, he wasn't around, though. I guess I see your point, Shane. He was with Ladani, so I mean, I guess it wasn't really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like if you were afraid and you feel like I'm scared, let me get myself together. What she said, that was her plan. I think her plan was to come back and get them. That's why she said, "Come to mommy." And then she probably realized they don't know me. She can still take them. They still young enough that she can get them.
Yeah. That's true. She just has. Can you come on, sir? She still has the time to get to know them. That is a good point, though, because 3 years old, they're not going to remember. They just didn't remember who the hell she was. Did y'all have any final thoughts before I go off into my misery? That is my finals week at school. Pray for me.
No, I don't have any. I think, once again, I appreciate everybody telling me about this and talking about this in our chats and everything, because I was like, yeah, my goal was to finish this series by the time we came up here, and I did it. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. I hope they do a season 2. I hope this story continues, just because every episode kept me glued in and wanting more. This is how a series is supposed to happen. I do feel like this was definitely worth everything.
Mm-hmm. It could keep going. I mean, Beauty and Black was supposed to be, what was it, that 1 season, and we about to get season 3. So
that was always supposed to be 3 seasons, I thought.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be, bro. I thought it was. You said what?
I said it's about to end. I think it was always supposed to be this.
Okay.
This was kind of some Tyler Perry, like it was giving Diary of a Mad Black Woman at some point.
Definitely,
it was.
Yes.
The African version of Tyler Perry. It was definitely raggedy.
Yeah. Tyler Perry wish he could, keep us intrigued.
Like Raggedy and Gutter. This was Raggedy and Gutter. Shout out to the African people.
Mm. Even though I love me a good African story. Every time I used to go to the African braiding shop, they've been on these stories. Everybody,
yeah, they sure do.
Most of the good stuff on Netflix is like not American.
Yeah, it's way
yeah, and Amazon Prime too. Yeah, it's
always better everywhere. Like I feel like if they have like another version of a show or something, it's always like better elsewhere than it is.
Because the drama is like, wow, like I'm shocked by it. Like I'm in shock value.
They do that same stuff here though.
But it's like it's very like trivial and like very like okay, like yeah.
I think it's just with cultural stuff, you don't fully know what to expect or how far they go, and they just kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. Well, my only last words is Jonas is a nasty, raggedy, infected, snaggletooth, ball-headed scallywag with a beard that can't connect.
And we hope he
shout out to the actor.
Yeah, because
you did that.
Yeah, he did that. Because now I seen the clip that they gonna be doing something else, and I'm like.
Oh, that other movie. He's gonna
be the villain.
He's in a couple of things. I've seen him in stuff outside of The Polygamist. He is a really good actor.
Yeah, I've seen him in something else too. He did another series. It's actually, I think, on Prime too. He has one on Prime as well. I've seen him before.
He better be the villain because he do a good job at that.
I can't unsee him as Jonas. I'm not even going through nothing, and I was triggered. I don't got no kids or nothing, and I'm over here absolutely not.
He's the reason why stuff like the Big Three spreads the way it does. Like, just like he has a problem. And then passing that down to your son, nasty word.
That's crazy. That's
the son that was not even likely to do all of that in the first place.
Well, once he saw Lindani giving him sloppy toppy, it was over. He was changed from that point on.
The sloppy.
Yep, he was. Yep.
At the club, like y'all can do that at home. We just in the club. She wasn't even one of the strippers. Like we just.
Right. I was like, does she work here too part time? Like.
Lindani. Watch this butterfly panties, girl. Then tried to give them to her friends, girl.
Right, yeah, that
was giving it to his daughter nonetheless.
You want him for the dad, you gonna give him.
You don't get
Why are we sharing panties?
Why are we sharing?
I've never. With anybody I'm close to share draws. I didn't know we were supposed to do that.
Lupe, she had all haters around. She did not have she had no friends.
Like her sister was jealous of her and all in her face. And then her friends was about. Like it's like
definitely was about.
She up there talking to her friends, her best friend's boyfriend. Like, girl, what's going on?
Yeah, like what that was another thing. Yeah, we skated over that. Let's go back to that real quick. Why was that the option?
Wait,
there's nobody else in town.
Yeah, like is there nobody else? Like, why was that the option?
Why was Jonas?
He went and got she went and got Lindani's
ex,
and then started talking to him.
Because when he tried to hold her hand, she snatched it back. But it's like the fact that you even
consider,
like, because how is that getting at Lindani, getting her leftovers that she didn't want?
Right.
That's not getting you're not getting at me getting my leftovers.
Versus Sarah.
I guess because it's a trauma bond, they both were hurt by Lindani. Maybe that's what the connect. I was like, wait, no, we're not gonna do this.
Like, oh, I'm living better. I don't need. Look, I got a new man. I'm thriving. Going and getting Lindani's ex. Like, girl.
Africa's big as hell. Africa is big as hell.
Right. I'm trying to say. I was gonna say she was winning. Like you wasn't connected to none of this foolishness. You wasn't showing up, but then when you show up. This is what you do,
right? I don't care if it's years later, like, because I feel like I'm talking in the back of my like you wanted my friend, like, so no.
No, I've seen you with my friend. I publicly was there and saw you all up on her, like.
We're not friends anymore. It's the principle.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it even if we wasn't friends. And
we still don't know where the gonorrhea came from, so I don't know if you've been tested lately or.
That's why we don't know, because everybody is sleeping with everybody.
Everybody, yes.
They act like they're not on a continent.
Right. like y'all only in this small little town. It's either like, oh, either you going to the hood or you coming here to the suburbs. Like, there's got to be other cities.
Right.
There has to be other surrounding suburbs and subdivisions somewhere. There can't be just these two places, the haves and the have-nots. It cannot just be these two. It has to be more.
All those people that was at that party.
Like, where's the middle ground people? I want them. Where's the middle ground people?
It do be like that though. It do be like that over there. There be
Johnny worked at the bar. Like, ain't nobody coming up in there.
Exactly.
But you wasn't working that night that he was there.
No, I need to be at the. No, I couldn't do it at the bar because you don't know what's coming up in there. I need to be. If I'm gonna be at a bar, it's gonna be at the St. Regis.
He was there with Essie in public. Like, I thought you was ashamed. Like, you know what? It's so much.
The thing I think that pissed me off most that I just thought about too was when Essie and Jonas on his birthday, she went to use the bathroom on the side of the road in the bush, and he got excited and then stuck it in before she could wipe. Who wrote that? Well, who wrote that? She was bent over peeing, squatting outside on the side of the road, and he was like, "Oh, here we go, baby."
All he sees is a kitty cat. He don't care what you look like. He don't care if you have two legs working. All you have to have is a cat.
I'm surprised he was a maid.
They said in the book he did.
They said in the book he did. They said in the book he did get with the maid as well. Yeah, that's what I need to read it because they said it just wasn't them four. It was the maid. It was I heard, and then someone else said it was also the secretary.
Yeah, they said it was the secretary. I thought he was missing because I
thought he was at the beginning of the show. They made it seem like him and the secretary had something going.
But because she had energy and it was weird. Yeah. It was like
Right, because she sees everything. But they said the book secretary, the mother-in-law, I was surprised.
Yeah, the mother-in-law, I need to really read it because I only saw one comment about that. I didn't see any other comments about
Mary
it.
and Glendani, like you squeezed all of that into a little small book.
Child, that's what I'm saying. 130 something pages.
It's not a lot.
And we got like 1,700 affairs, 1,400 children.
Juicier than the show or the movie, but I'm like, dang, how did
it could be? Yeah, I don't know. Like to me, my book is small, and it's only both my books are small, and they're 236 pages, both of them. So I feel like I don't know how she crammed all that. Yeah, like I'm still trying to figure out how because originally my book had when I first wrote it, had over 300,000 words, which they couldn't classify that as pages. So they condensed it to 75,000 for me. So that's why I'm like, how she like? I'm still trying to wrap my mind around how we get all of this from 130 some odd pages. Like that's insane.
I love that she advocated for herself though and really pushed it because she wrote it in 2012 and nobody believed in it, and it's like this is the best thing we watched all year.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I'm especially out of
it's number 5 in the world amongst all of the streaming apps, which is a big deal, and we should be happy because it was, but even to still be in the top 5 after all this, that's what since it came out. It's crazy. They're watching this show in heavy droves. So shout out to her. That's why I say never give up on yourself. Put out the book, write the song, make the movie, whatever talent you have.
Absolutely. Whatever it is, and no matter how crazy it sounds, there's always a market for it. Like that's what I was always told, and I'm starting to understand it now, even me being an author. Like there's always somebody that's going to believe in it. Just continue just to push it out there. Because somebody's going to look at it and go, oh my gosh, that's my next project.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. It goes deepest.
Mm-hmm. It's not on audiobook. It's not on Audible.
Well, they have that new app now. I forgot what that app was called. They were advertising where it can actually translate it and read it for you. I forgot what the app is called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you might have to order the actual book. It's not
133 pages is not a lot to read, so I think I can do it.
I finish 130 pages in a day. I would avid reader. We can finish that quickly.
We can.
I prefer
an actual physical book over.
Me too. I haven't gotten to the audio thing yet. I must try it, but
unless that will read it in a voice that I'm like who's read? Like I don't know. I just rather read it.
She said, "Who is this voice?" Read it to me.
No, I'm gonna read it. I think what we should do is we should all read it and then come back another time and kind of correlate it to the series since we all watched it.
Yeah, the thing that Netflix does have his habit of doing though, because I know the series You is based off of a book. I have read that book. It's based off of a book series. They left a lot out. A lot of the shows on Netflix, like their main stuff or the limited series, do be book deals, which I love that they do. but they do have a habit of leaving some stuff out. So
I feel like everything that was a book. I haven't seen anything that was a book where the book wasn't more interesting than that. Whatever the movie.
There's nothing like a book.
Nothing like a book.
The book is always because it's gonna have more detail and
Yeah.
Damn, now I want to read. That's crazy.
No, I definitely want to read it because I'm just curious to see what else he had did that we did not see.
Right.
Because this
Is
was a very long
called
series.
The Polygamist, or is it
Yes.
called something? It's literally called.
It's literally called The Polygamist, and I forgot her name, but not the name of the author. But yeah, it's literally called The
I
Polygamist.
figure it out when I see it. You can't miss an African name. Okay.
Her last name is Nyath.
Yeah, Sunatai.
Onyati.
Yes.
No, they ain't.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it and get the book. May as well.
Me too. I'm gonna put it on
I did it only has 4.4 stars when ain't no way.
How many? But that goes about average of people. So how many people are commenting? Is it over 5,000?
No, only 355. If this is the right, well, this better. This looks like it because I got the Netflix symbol on it.
She said, "Got the Netflix symbol." That's a good way to know.
$7.89 for the Kindle. It's on Kindle.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna have to read it. It's on Kindle.
Or the paperback. Actually,
I'm finna go to Barnes and Noble. They down the street, and I'm gonna pray that they have it. And if not, they're gonna special order it. I need the physical book. I've tried with.
Oh, it says 196 pages, not 196. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
You can get the paperback on Amazon.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
It's only $19.99.
And the reason why I do audio because I have a vivid imagination, and then when I'm working, I can listen to things all day. I don't get phone calls or anything like that. So I have the ability to pretty much do that the whole shift.
So you can actually be entertained just listening. See, I wish I'm on the phone a lot at work. Somebody's always calling, wanting something. I'm home.
And I don't have time after work. When I come here, I either have to do some type of, I have to be on YouTube, or I'm usually just kind of tired and burnt out. So yeah.
But I feel like something might get something good like that. I haven't read a book in a long time. But once I get my hands on it, I don't want to put it down.
Yeah.
You know what books I just ordered like a couple months ago? Random. The Coldest Winter Ever. I had read it years ago, but I didn't realize that there's like a whole trilogy series on all of them. Yeah. So I went and ordered all of them like a weirdo. I need to read them, but I need to get.
I never got the hype on it because that's a lot of people's favorite. But my favorite was Fly Girl. That was
when we were in high school. Like that was kind of like the thing to read. Like everybody was reading it. Everybody was reading it in high school. I was like, oh my gosh.
My mom had all the books. That just wasn't my thing. I like Fly Girl better. I like True to the Game. They made that movie.
True to the Game.
Yes,
I remember those books. Lord.
I read a lot of like books. Like I read The Download. I read a lot of books I wasn't supposed to be reading. Like
at that time, reading was a thing.
Yeah. So she actually. So what's interesting about Sue? She actually co-wrote a book called Daring to Live and Love Beyond HIV. Wow. So that makes me wonder if she was like basing this off of like maybe a mirror of her life.
Yeah, it could be art imitating life.
Yeah,
she wrote in the character. It was like, oh, because with that character, it was like, oh, I can't believe he gave it to me. Like maybe that was her.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, yeah. So I'm like, I'm trying to, because all my books have a symbol of me somewhere in there, and I can pinpoint in each book which symbol it is. So you guys, especially if you read my book, you'll be able to determine, if you know me long enough, where my symbolism of life is.
Her Instagram, because she's saying more stuff about it, and I'm like, all right, we need more people speaking out about this.
She got a bunch of books, Hair, Polygamist.
At least she got books.
A family.
Yeah, she has. She's written 4 that have been public, or 5. Excuse me.
But I know HIV and AIDS and stuff is more common, also in the part of Africa that the show was based on. So that could have been why, also.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why Lindani felt like, oh well, I'll just take my meds and go on with my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say like I just looked online. It says still to this day, even with medical treatment. 19% of the population in South Africa is HIV or AIDS positive.
Wow.
And that's according to their CDC.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Oh, my. That is a lot. So that's probably why she based it on that. But I appreciate y'all for coming on here. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I cannot say it enough. I have no idea how I'm going to get through this week, but we are going to chug along and get on through. I have a bunch of reviews coming that I don't know when I'm going to put out or up, but I'm going to work at it. I'm going to somehow get it done. Married at First Sight, I'll have out, I hope, tomorrow. The $1 Million Nanny show, I will have out. One of the nannies sent me a message. Huh?
Married at First Sight came on tonight?
It did come on tonight. It did.
Oh, nice.
On the Peacock app. I just went and looked. And they say that they're doing it different. I didn't know you watched that, Shayna.
Oh, I've been watching since season 1.
Yes, I found my Married at First Sight friend. All the people nobody's watching.
So it's gonna be 2 hours again, like it used
Married
to be.
at First Sight.
No, last season when it moved to Peacock, Peacock dropped all them episodes.
They did like 3 episodes all at once.
A bunch of episodes each week.
They were hella long.
I don't like how they did that, but I mean, I've been watching since it was FYI. I was watching since
it was Lifetime with Dr. Pepper.
I was watching before. It was on FYI before it was on Lifetime. It was only 3 couples. And then
you've been watching for a while.
I've been watching literally since it started.
They're supposed to change up everything this season because Dr. Pepper's gone. I believe Calvin's gone.
They needed to get rid of Dr. Pepper, the only one who's been there since season 1. They done. I mean, they made so many. It's nothing like it used to be.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to watch them. I'm excited.
Since the beginning.
I hope it's good. I enjoy Married at First Sight. It's a crazy concept.
For their own, like they used to have to, like when they were living there, it used to only be 6 weeks, not 8. They used to have to find their own apartments together.
Really?
Which was entertaining watching them do that, because that would be where you saw a lot of the couples have their first little like disagreement, because a lot goes into finding an apartment together.
It does, yeah.
By the time you find something, the 6 weeks is over.
But the way I would have went on Airbnb and said we just gonna be here
6 weeks and called a day.
Yep.
Airbnb wasn't a thing when it first came out.
It wasn't. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Would have been at the what is that place?
Holiday
Extended stay.
Extended stay America.
Oh, most couples did. Somebody, if you got your own place, I'm just going to shack with you for the couple of weeks.
Period.
Depending on who you are and how you are. Now we got a Runaway Bride. Oh Lord.
Oh.
This ain't the first time we got a bride though.
I need to see this. Okay, I got to see this now.
Lord. Shayna, are you gonna cover the show?
I gotta see how the first episode looking.
She said, I gotta see. Do you guys want to tell the people what you have coming next before we drop out of here so that they know?
Oh yeah, next will be Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then also anything I collab with Mrs. Best on.
We have a lot of collabs, James.
Yes, we do.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I dropped everything this weekend. I didn't do Next Gen NYC, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. And then I'll do a new episode of Soul Food. So episode 3, I'll probably add that tomorrow, a Tuesday, since Zatima is off. Zatima is done.
Just come on.
Zatima
over.
Zatima is over now. So I'll add that Tuesday, and then the rest of the shows for the week until, but that's it.
Shayna.
And Housewives is still off this week, I think. So,
is it?
No, it's on. It's on.
I thought it was.
I could have sworn.
I thought they said,
"Girl, you was gonna make me go to my TV real quick." I'm like, "Wait, no, I could have sworn I have it on there."
Well, let me know if it's today. I thought they were taking 2 weeks off. I thought that's what Angela
No,
said.
I think I think it's today. I'll put it in the group chat because I'm about to watch it right now. So
when Angela was in the comments, she said they would do this right before a 2-week break.
Oh no, they're back on.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll be Housewives.
They're coming on tonight, apparently. Okay. They did say 2 weeks though.
Yeah, because I was like, they said 2 weeks. 2 weeks is long.
Oh.
Because of the holiday. I remember them announcing that.
Oh. Well, I could be wrong.
Well, If it's not, maybe I'll do Bell Collective, and I'm going to see what Married at First Sight gives. I was going to try to do like a recap of the season of Love Island, but it was just so boring. I can't.
I heard this was one of the worst I don't watch Love Island, but everybody in my life does and wants me to cover it. So I was trying to pay attention. I didn't get through any of the episodes, but I think it was JB Says What. Shout out to JB. We love him. He was saying that the people are boring. I think I saw Miss Kira post something about some of the people being boring. I have not seen nobody say nothing good about Love Island. Did Olandria kill the show?
Yeah, this is JB's first season watching, unfortunately. That show, I've been watching that one since season 3. This is the worst season that I've seen. So maybe I'll do
which one is Peacock and which one is Netflix that everybody's watching? One is Love. What's the one on Netflix?
Love Island's on Peacock.
Is there one on Netflix too? So some, I guess, similar to Love Island.
It's called Temptation Island. There's that one, and then they have Netflix has a couple of like they have a bunch of like shows on islands for dating that I personally feel like they're just trying to get with the Love Island craze.
Love Island, though, especially not the last 2 years.
Ooh.
Love Island, because Love Island is a commitment that comes on every night.
I ain't got the time.
So yeah,
one of them shows be having everybody in a chokehold. That's all I know.
They have watch parties here in Oakland for Love Island. Like in coffee shops, they will stay open late just for Love Island watch parties, and people show up.
Yeah, I think I'm over it.
It's a basic.
It's not good enough to. It's not worth. Like this season's just not good enough.
Are you guys gonna cover? I decided to cover an own show because Never Ever Met's is not coming back. The Put a Ring on It cheat hab. It looked real ignorant, so I'm gonna cover it. But the Put a Ring on It cheat hab.
Oh no! Every time I watch Put a Ring on It, I like stop mid-season. It's like the ultimatum. I don't know. I just like I can't never fully get into it.
The ultimatum irks me, but this one they claim they're supposed to be putting like I think it's 3 couples in a house, and then they're gonna be forced to like go on dates with.
They don't be in a house.
Whoever's been cheating on them. I don't know what they do.
Change this season. They don't be. It's exactly like ultimatum. It's the same thing. It's just black people. Well, but ultimatum they do stay in with each other. The Put a Ring on It. They're real. They just are at their house.
They're at their house, and then we see a lot of situations. I stopped watching after Shorty and that other dude that was that old abusive thing.
Yeah,
I stopped watching after that because I couldn't take it.
The new host was better though. I do like the new host better than the other one that had the ponytail.
You too.
Hopefully the cheat hab gives something. I'm gonna give it a try, but if it's too ignorant, I don't know. But we'll see if OWN keeps this show because it seems like every time I try to cover an OWN show, it gets canceled. But we shall see.
Put a Ring on It's been on for a while, so I don't think
it has. But this is supposed to be like a different type of it, I guess, not like the regular.
I don't like. That's why I like OWN shows, because they don't stay in the house. Because I feel like that makes it like different than the other ones.
That's true. That is true. That is true. But tap into everybody's channel. I had my Raising Kanan and the Shy. It took me forever because I was just so happy Kanan got his ass whooped, but I finally did the review. So tap into that. Tap into Shayna's channel. Tap into Kiwan's channel and James's channel and my channel if you like me enough. That is all I have for today. I appreciate y'all for doing this. Remember, y'all are thugs till it's backwards. God damn it. In that order. But I love y'all. That is all. I'll see y'all next time.